Good morning, children of the ninth standard. Welcome to our English class. Today I am going to teach you a wonderful poem. Last time, children, if you remember, we had done a lesson, and that lesson was on a serious note. That was Aruna Asif Ali. As you know, it was about freedom fighters. So, this poem, The Wonderful Words, is written by Mary O'Neill. And children, before we begin the poem, I want to ask you something. How many expressions can you make? Expression means in mind, without talking. How can you express? For example, when you are having food, something is in your mouth, and somebody comes near you, and you want water. What will you say? So this is mind. Okay. Now there's a deaf person, a person who is deaf and dumb. How will he express that somebody has beaten him? If you beat him, how will he tell others? He will go out and he simply say. So that is mind. Mind is expressing something without words. Now, how important words are, you will come to know after we finish this poem. So let me read the poem for you first, children. So, before that, what you have to do is, on page number 87, children, of your book, page number 87, we have a small block here. You have to go ahead and look at the words and try to make those expressions in front of the mirror. I will do one for you. So it is astonished, thanking someone, requesting for help, being happy, nervous, apologizing to someone, helping a blind man across the road. So these words, the actions you have to do, like helping someone across the road, what will you do? You will catch somebody and help them cross the road. Then you say astonished, when a person is shocked. So you have to mind this in front of the mirror. I want you to practice that. Before that, children, let's begin our poem. Never let a thought shrivel and die, for want of a way to say it. For English is a wonderful game, and all of you can play it. All that you do is match the words to the brightest thoughts in your head, so that they come out clear and true, and handsomely groomed and fed. For many of the loveliest things have never been said. So what does the poet tell us here? When you get something in mind, always express it. How do people become poets? When they get some beautiful thoughts, they go ahead and write it on the paper, and then it becomes poetry. So what is the poet trying to tell us here? Never let a thought shrivel and die. Shrivel and die means when the rose or any flower becomes dry in the sun, you just catch it like this. It is already dead, and it will become like powder. So it's the poetess is telling us, never let a thought shrivel and die. Try to express your words. The brightest thoughts in your mind should be expressed in your words to make people aware of what is going on in your mind and how beautiful words are. Let me continue. For handsomely groomed and fed, for many of the loveliest things have never been said. Words are food of thought and dress. They give it its body and swing. Everyone's longing today to hear something fresh and beautiful. But only words can free a thought from its prison behind our eyes. Maybe your mind is holding now a marvelous surprise. So children, what is the poetess is telling you now is, in the third paragraph, words are food and dress of the thought. What you're thinking, words are the food and the dress of the thought. That your thoughts can be dressed and presented as words. And they give its body and swing. The words will give the thoughts a body and swing. And everyone longing to hear today. So everybody is longing to hear today. If you make a beautiful poem, everybody would love to hear So everybody is longing today to hear something beautiful and fresh, something new, of course. When you listen to a new song, it's very catchy. You like that tune, no? So words are nothing but food and rest of the thought, and everybody is longing to hear something fresh and beautiful. But only words can free a thought. What does the poetess say here? Only the words. When you say something, then only people can understand what is going on in your mind. Okay? From its prison behind your eyes. What is the prison behind your eyes? Your mind. Your mind is just behind your eyes. So it's like a prison. So to release those words, you can put it into words. Only then the words will be released from the prison behind your eyes. That is your brain, children. And maybe your mind is holding now a marvelous surprise. So every moment we get to know a few new thoughts we have, and we express them in a different way from others. So that is like a marvelous new surprise. You know, what is a marvelous surprise? Children, every day we try to think about the past, or we think about the future. But the most important thing, children, in life is what you do today is very important, children. Okay, life has always have something very new to offer you. It has mysteries to offer you. That is why it's called the present. So when somebody gives you a present, you are shocked. You are thinking, what is inside? So every new day which comes to you offers you new thoughts which you have to go ahead and express in words. So this is the poem, The Wonderful Words, which you will have to memorize. I will send you a few question answers also for you. Before that, children, I will give you a little briefing about Mary O'Neill. This lady, children, was born, her full name is Mary Davenport O'Neill. She was born in 1879 and she died in 1967. Was an Irish poet and dramatist and a friend and colleague of great poets, children. I'll say the names and you'll know. W.B. Yeats, Russell, Austin Clarke. Mary Davenport was born in Laurier, County Galway, Ireland. She was a pupil of the Dominican convent in Eccles, Dublin. She studied teaching at the Metropolitan College in Arts. Her collection of poems, like the Bluebeard, which she wrote in 1933, Cain, 1945, and Out of Darkness, 1947. These are the few of the poems. Prometheus and Other Poems was the first collection of poetry to be published by the Irish poet besides Yeats. So, a great poet like W.B. Yeats, besides him, she was the next one to be published or printed. Which could be considered modernist. She is one of the small number of known 20th century Irish modern woman poet. So she is a woman poet and she is a modernist. She is very modern in thinking. This is a few lines about the poem. There are a few words which I want you to write down in your notebook. After that, I will be sending you the notes for the wonderful words. The words are shrivel, wrinkled, dry up, waste, as I told you about the flower, dry flower. Groom, brush, or clean up. Swing, move to and fro. When you swing, you move it to and fro. Marvelous, wonderful, splendid. Longing, desire, thirst, learning. Holding, carrying, grabs. Maybe your mind is holding now, behind the prison in your eyes, a beautiful, wonderful thought. So this is what the poetess wants to tell us. I want you to write these words in your prayer book. I will be sending you the notes, children, for this poem. I hope you enjoyed this poem and we will be meeting soon the next time. Until then, stay home, stay safe, children. This is your English teacher wishing you goodbye for the day. Goodbye, children.